Hello friends and welcome to that 1870s Homestead. My name's Rachel and today we're going to be making two more herbal teas that you can think about either for yourself or you can make big batches of this and portion it off to do some Christmas gifts for those that you love and or give you inspiration of things that you might want to harvest from the next growing season so that you can do this in the future. So we did a lot of tea harvesting this year. I harvested lemon balm, mint, lemon verbena, lots of thyme, basil, violets, honeysuckle, chamomile, oh, you name it. Raspberry leaves, strawberry leaves, you name it, we were harvesting it for the purposes of uses like today. So the one thing that I'm using today that is store-bought because I can't grow it very well here, it's more of a tropical, I think, plant, is hibiscus leaves. That is one thing that's purchased. I'll leave a link to where I purchased these in the description below. But we're going to make an antioxidant tea. So it's a blueberry and hibiscus. And then we're going to make a toddler nighttime tea specifically for toddlers. You can enjoy it 100%. But it is a wonderful tea that my grandson absolutely thoroughly loves, looks forward to when he's staying over at Granny's house. He can have his toddler tea about an hour before he goes to bed, all the warm, cozy vibes, and just calming, relaxing, good for his gut. So we're going to do that one as well. But let's start with the easiest. I'll bring you guys down here. We're going to fill up 2 jars. I have a couple uses that I'm using this for. But if you wanted to make big batches, you certainly can. Well, folks, I just made this and I'm pretty sure I lost the footage. So it is half blueberries that have been freeze dried, about 1/4 cup of rose hips that I muddled to break open just a little bit, and 1/4 cup of hibiscus leaves. And I'm just giving it a shake now to kind of mix everything around good. And when I use this, I will probably use maybe about this much in the bottom of the teacup, if that makes sense. So maybe like this much in the bottom of a teacup. I'll probably top this off. This is going to be actually for me. I'm not gifting this or using it in any way. This is going to be just a daytime tea for me to enjoy a sipper. And when I make this, I will use, like I said, like that much in the bottom of a cup, steep for about 10 minutes or so, and then and only fill my tea jar probably 6 to 8 ounces of water, and I'll use a larger jar and fill the rest with water. So say you're doing a quart of tea, this much in your quart, fill this much with your boiling water, let it steep, and then top it off with water. So it's going to be quite concentrated. And when I put that in, I will muddle the blueberries just a little bit to break them open. But that is that one. And then we're going to do our toddler tea, which is just as simple. And I'm sorry that that shut off on you. It's just so frustrating with this camera sometimes. Okay, so I have a whole quart of lemon balm. It's not really super crushed down. It's just I packed in the leaves when they came out of the freeze dryer. So we're going to take that entire quart and put it in. And then I am going to kind of crunch it just lightly, ever so lightly with my hands. Just to break up some of the big leaves. Okay. So you're left with smaller leaves. And then we're going to do an entire pint of chamomile. Mix that together. And then we're going to go in with probably a good tablespoon, heaping tablespoon, maybe even 2 of cinnamon. And this is completely safe for my grandson. Probably started drinking this at 14 months old, 15 months old, something like that. And you can take the big chamomile stems out if you like. It's not necessary though. I usually tend to leave them in. Alrighty, and that is it. That is our toddler time tea. Now when you make this, very similarly, pour your boiling water over it, steep it for 10 minutes or so, and then oh, excuse me. The way I serve it to my grandchildren is I will put in like a little spoon of honey, maybe a small teaspoon of honey, and a cap full of apple cider vinegar and or lemon juice. But I tend to always use the apple cider vinegar, and then a few ice cubes to cool it down. And he absolutely loves it. It's what he calls his granny tea. So I just sent them home with a jar so that he could have some granny tea at home. And it's really quite beautiful when it's packaged up. So I will write the instructions on the cap I'm sending this with another grandchild so that mom knows how to make it. So the thing about teas is when you are making teas or harvesting your fresh herbs, they say about a year is the longevity and shelf life of that. You can extend it a little bit longer, like if you were to vacuum seal it and keep it in a dark location. But generally speaking, a year shelf life. And I'm out of stock on this for my grandsons when they come over. So I need to make one more jar, and then I'll be good for home and then the 2 grandkids' houses. So hope you enjoyed this, and I really hope that if it's something that interests you, you really do get into harvesting the wild edibles around your home, whether it's herbs, plants that are growing naturally, and all the good things that God put here on the earth to provide wellness for us, whether it's for medicinal purposes or just general enjoyment. So thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. So I did want to share with you one of my favorite sources for reusable tea bags. These are little muslin tea bags. I find that they probably last for about a year before they start unsewing, which if you were a really good seamstress, you could probably sew them back. But I love them. I use them regularly. So you can put your heaping tablespoon of tea in here, steep that, and then I just dump it in my compost bowl, rinse it out in the sink, and reuse it again. If they get really, really dingy, you could probably wash it with some dishwashing soap or some, throw it into your laundry if you like. But we use them a lot, so I'll leave a link to these in the description box below as well. And I just write the instructions on the lid. It says granny tea, 1 tablespoon honey ACV. And so mom knows how to use it.